Section 22 of Birds, Volume 2, Number 4, November 1897. Recorded for LibriVox.org by Valentina Vicelli. Summary. Summer tanager, Pyranga rubra. Other names: summer redbird, summer tanager. Range: eastern United States, west to the edge of the plains, north regularly about 40 degrees, New Jersey, central Ohio, Illinois, casually north to Connecticut and Ontario, accidentally to Nova Scotia, wintering in Cuba, Central America, and northern South America. Nest: of bark strips and leaves interwoven with various vegetable substances, on drooping branch of tree. Eggs: 3 or 4, bluish-white or greenish-blue, with cinnamon or olive-brown markings. American white-fronted goose, Anser albifrons gambelli. Other names: laughing goose, speckle belly. Range: North America, breeding far northward, in winter south to Mexico and Cuba, rare on the Atlantic coast. Nest: on the ground, of grasses lined with down. Eggs: 6 or 7, dull greenish-yellow with obscure darker tints. Turnstone, Arenaria interpres. Other names: brantbird, calicoback, beadbird, sandrunner, chickling, horsefoot snipe. Range: nearly cosmopolitan. Nests in the Arctic regions and in America migrate southward to Patagonia. Nest: a slight depression on the ground. Eggs: 2 or 4, greenish-drab, spotted all over with brown. The belted piping plover, Aegialitis melota circumcincta. Range: Missouri River region, occasionally eastward to the Atlantic coast. Nest: depression in the sand without lining. Eggs: 4, light gray to creamy buff, finely speckled with blackish-brown and purplish-gray. Wild turkey, Meleagris gallopava. Range: eastern United States from Pennsylvania southward to Florida, west to Wisconsin, the Indian Territory, and Texas. Nest: on the ground, at the base of a bush or tree. Eggs: 10 to 14, pale cream buff, finely and evenly speckled with grayish-brown. Cerulean warbler, Dendroca caerulea. Other names: azure warbler, white-throated blue warbler. Range: Mississippi Valley as far north as Minnesota, and eastward as far as Lockport, New York. Winters in the tropics. Nest: of fine grasses bound with spider silk, lined with strips of bark and a few lichens attached to its upper surface, in a tree, 25 to 50 feet from the ground. Eggs: 4, creamy white, thickly covered with rather heavy blotches of reddish-brown. Yellow-billed tropic bird, Phaethon flavirostris. Other names: Phaethon. Range: tropical coasts, Atlantic coasts of tropical America, West Indies, Bahamas, Bermudas. Casual in Florida and accidental in western New York and Nova Scotia. Nest: in holes in the perpendicular faces of cliffs, also on the flat surfaces of rocks. Eggs: 1, ground color of purplish-brownish white, covered with fine reddish chocolate-colored spots. European kingfisher, Alcedo ispida. Range: England and portions of Europe. Nest: in holes of the banks of streams. Eggs: usually 6, of a deep pinkish hue. Vermilion flycatcher, Piocephalus rubineus mexicanus. Range: southern border of the United States, south through Mexico and Guatemala. Nest: in forks of ratana trees, not more than 6 feet up, of small twigs and soft materials felted together. The rims covered with lichens. The cavity is shallow. Eggs: usually 3. The ground color a rich creamy white, with a ring of large brown and lilac blotches at the larger end. Lazuli bunting, Passerina ammonia. Other name: Lazuli painted finch. Range: western United States, from the Great Plains to the Pacific, south in winter to western Mexico. Nest: in a bush or the lower limbs of trees, a few feet from the ground, of fine strips of bark, small twigs, grasses, and is lined with hair. Eggs: usually 4, light bluish-green. End of Section 22. This recording is in the public domain. End of Birds, Volume 2, Number 5, November 1897.